Welcome to this week's podcast episode from my car. So, I'm waiting for the post office to open, and I was like, this is a perfect time to do the podcast episode this week. It's going to be on aging and embracing aging and being able to allow change for ourselves, being able to be okay with the evolution of our body, of our face changing, our skin changing, and how I've been able to do it. So it's very interesting. Is my every ninth is like transformational for me. Something big happened to me when I was 19 that changed my life. Then something really big happened when I was 29. And now I'm going to be 39 years old, which is so insane in 2 weeks. Can't believe it. Can't believe my birthday's around the corner. And my body has changed. My skin has changed. And I'm getting more gray hairs. And instead of saying, like, my gosh, I'm getting older, I am really embracing I'm at the moment right now in my life where I'm getting older. I'm embracing that I have wrinkles, that, makeup doesn't sit the same on my skin, that my skin and hair don't feel the same. So I'm just like really in this age of embracing. And I wanted to share with you guys today just like how and I've been able to get to this point because I wasn't always like this. So when I was little, we all have our, like our youth really plays into how we age and how we live our lives. And I think because I've been so freaking stubborn, it has really helped me in life to learn how to be authentically myself and be fair in shit that I do. Whether I think people deserve it or not, I try to be always fair. And when I was younger, I used to get bullied a lot. I was called like mean names. I was made fun of because I was like heavier. According to the other girls, like I was bigger than most. I was like in the top two chunky ones, okay? And people were just really mean to me. English was my first language, but then we moved to Guatemala. So then I came back after my grandpa adopted us, and I had to learn English again. So I have an accent, and people made so much fucking fun of me because of that. And I got teased in junior high. I was so fucking lost. Like, it just sucked, and it was hard. Like, I mean, someone would like punch me and pinch me and slap me. Like, she was just a fucking bitch. Like, so I went through that period. Then I went into then in 8th grade, I lost weight because I got braces on my teeth. So I got braces and it was super painful. So I wouldn't eat as much. So I ended up, and I started growing, getting taller. So I started losing weight. And then boys started paying attention. And that was kind of weird and awkward. Then 9th grade came, and that shit was a fucking craziness. Like, I just went through like, nobody fucking looks at you, and now people are looking at you like, boys, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why are you looking at me? So I didn't know how to handle that stuff, okay? That's just reality of it. And I went through like a little period of like discovery. I call it my discovery season, where, as little girls, we grew up with the illusion, or maybe for me, I just grew up with the illusion that, watching Belle and, Beauty and the Beast, like, okay, like you can find your Prince Charming. He may not be that nice, but he can turn to Prince Charming. No, Celeste, like if they're an asshole, believe they're an asshole. That's what I learned early on. But through that discovery, I ended up learning, like I didn't have self-worth is the reality of it. And I was very lost and I was very lonely. Marriage and divorce later. I got married young the first time. No shame here. I lost everything that was comfortable to me. Like, I left my religion. People in my religion were really cruel to me. People judged me because I was getting divorced. Like, it was a really hard, lonely time for me. And these two girls, I will always forever be grateful to them. Doesn't matter that we're not like close friends anymore or friends anymore. They really helped me to see my self-worth and to love myself and take care of myself and start fighting for what I wanted. And I will always be grateful for that because they opened up that little like spark that turned to a fucking flame. So let's went all out for that. And I went through years after my divorce of self-discovery and of learning like, okay, like what am I worthy of? Am I going to just settle for the mediocre, POS and have a shitty life or mediocre life? Or am I going to really fight for what I want? And I read this book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man by Steve Harvey, whether you like him or not. And that book fucking changed my perspective. And I was like, yeah, I fucking deserve a good ass man. And everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody thought I was going to be single forever. And so I settled. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to settle just for anybody. So I will settle with being the old hag with my son. Like, it's okay. He can come visit mommy when I'm old and shit at my house. And I'll be fine. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to settle. I'll just enjoy my single life then. And it's so beautiful that when you start seeing your worth, the universe, God, like your little angels, mi abuelita, people that love you. I really do believe in that. Bless you with what you know that you're entitled to. And you live and I always hear this. Once you know like you're worth it or you see yourself in a different light, then all the blessings come. Okay, so let's like break that shit down because this is how it happened in my life. So what really that means is that when you see yourself in a different light. So like let's say like right now I'm like, Celeste, you're beautiful, you have wrinkles, you're getting older, and that is a gift because many people did not make it to your age. My dad, he passed away when he was 33 years old. So I already outlived my dad. Okay, like so I'm like, girl, like you're doing good things, like you're here in this earth, you get to live your life, like you're doing amazing. That's how I view life, okay? So I got sidetracked. But the moral of the story is that when you start living in your higher self with like, okay, I love and I embrace this era of my life, you show up differently. You show up confidently. Like even you can see my shoulders, like I even put out my chest. I'm like, okay, girl, like we can do this. Versus like, oh my gosh, like I'm so scared to share this because what if you're scared, or what if I offend you because like you like Botox and I don't want to do Botox. I'm just trying to embrace my age because my whole life I was told I had to have straight hair and be thin and beautiful for men so that I'm perceived as successful and gorgeous and people want me and I'm lovable by everybody in society and not by myself, right? So as I've gotten older, I've learned to really value myself. And I literally just gave myself a raise yesterday for one of my services, and I'm not mad about it. And I didn't post about it. And I'm sharing that with you because that's living authentically. I'm still not as much, I don't charge as much as most people think I should, but there's a reason behind that. And it's not because like you don't feel like you're worth it. It's not that. I just feel good where I'm at, and I'm very intuitive in my pricing, and I am never focused on what everybody else is doing. I know what my profit margins are. I look at my numbers. I'm very data driven in that, and intuition goes number one, and then my data, so they're both our alignment. So I feel really good about that. And I didn't post about it, and I'm not telling nobody about it. I just decided I needed a raise. It felt really good in my heart and gut. I put it up and it's done. Boom, done. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not explaining myself. I'm not doing no posts, none of that stuff. And it took a long time to get to that point, okay? So now let's talk about aging. It's true. Like, I feel like in the beauty industry, there's so much pressure to, like, be young, be pretty, be this certain way of person. And I think maybe because when I was young, I got fucking, like, I like reading books because I didn't have friends. So books were my best friends for a while. Then I had one best friend. And then I just felt lost. I've always been very different. It's very interesting. So I'm having a class tomorrow, and this all ties to this, okay? So I'm having a class tomorrow, and, she was talking like, yeah, like you pray to like God or, the universe or, your ancestors. And I come from Mayan descent. So I have a strong Mayan descent in my blood. And I talked a lot to my abuelita because I remember like the few happy memories, and I can count them with like two hands, okay? Prior to the age of 9 that I have to do, 3 of them actually have to do with my abuelita, and she was Mayan, and she wore her like corte, which is like her traditional like garments and like wear. It's not like clothing. And she spoke Quechua, which is like a separate dialect, and she had her own like medicinal traditions that were passed down from her grandma down to her. People screaming. And I'm just sharing that with you because it took, first I felt like I was so weird. And now instead, like I'm having this class tomorrow, right? One-on-one session. And I already do that. There's so many things I do intuitively. And then people tell me, yeah, we're going to be talking about this and how to do that. And I'm like, oh my God, I already do that. And instead of being weird, like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't share that with people because what they're going to think. They think I don't believe in God. No, I believe in God, but I also believe in that shit too. So, moral of the story is that the older you get, the more unapologetic that you'll live. The more apologetic that you'll will be. Like, I am who I am. Yes, I think people think I'm very kind. I'm just saying what people perceive me as, okay? People think I'm either very kind and so nice, and they mistake my kindness for like weakness. Like, it's not that. Like, I want to inform you. I want you to know the knowledge so you know what's going on or what's going to happen with your hair or with your beauty skincare or whatever it's going to happen, right? But also, like, I am a very strong person and I have a very strong personality. And when I say no, it's no, girl. And when I want the fairness to be spread across, I want fairness to be spread across no matter if you've done me wrong in the past. It's just who I am, and I'm not apologetic about it. It doesn't mean everybody likes me. And I think the older that we get and that we start aging, we don't give a shit no more. Like, I really don't care anymore. Like, I had it all. When my early 20s, I had a really nice apartment. Well, it was a townhouse. I lived in a nice side of the town. I had a nanny who would, like, come with for my son did not leave the house. And, she cooked for us and she cleaned. She was fucking amazing. I had a very privileged life. I really did. And I knew that at a young age. And I was very materialistic. That's Celeste. And then I ended up renting a room, okay? Talk about reality check and losing my money and everything. So divorces are expensive and they're not fucking fun. It shook me to my fucking core, and losing all that really taught me that I can rebuild it again. And now I'm really happily married after like lots of bumps in the ride and learning how to find myself. I found, like a partner that allows me to be me and loves me for being me. And he doesn't agree with everything. He doesn't understand everything, but he's willing to listen. And he's willing to just let me be if I want to do something fucking weird. He's like, as long as you're not, have breaking our 3 little agreements that we have together, like, I don't care, go for it. So, like, you start living unapologetically. I am a mom and I am unapologetic about that. I have a child that wanted to do sports. I forced them because I had to be a soccer mom because everybody said that was good for them. He's an amazing kid. He doesn't do soccer, okay? I have another child that, she's kind of into sports, and the little one, she's too little. But I no longer force my kids to do that. It has taught me, when you start getting older and you start living more authentically to whatever the hell that means to you, whether you want to be organic or work or not work, or whatever you want to do, like, you also start trickling that into your family, start trickling into your kids. It does a beautiful effect, but also is very hard and can be very lonely. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm not gonna lie that aging is not hard. Aging is hard in the sense that, like, your body changes, the amounts of vitamins that you need, things change so drastically. It's so freaking insane how much your body changes as you get older. Health problems arise for me after my 30th birthday. I literally turned 30, and 3 days later, like, shit just started happening in my body. And I went through a transition period of learning how to deal with stuff without medication, because I didn't want to do medication. And right now I'm doing some type of birth control therapy for my anxiety. It has helped my anxiety and other things for me. So that's the only medication I take. The rest I try to do herbs or teas or vitamins. And that works good for me. I know it's not for everybody. I know maybe someday I'll need medication too. And I'm not opposed to it. It's just the way I live life, right? And I want to ask you, when is the last time that you actually are doing something for you? Like, you're living your life authentically for you and you don't feel guilty about it. I used to feel so, I'm doing that for my, be nice, say hi, smile, or keep quiet. Don't be too loud. Like, don't share your accomplishments too much. You're being too loud. You're being too proud. Like, I was brought up with all that shit. And I'm like, no, dude, like, you work your butt off to get things. So celebrate yourself. You have to be your best cheerleader. I've said this for freaking years. Be your PR agent. Be your best cheerleader. I remember one time, because I'm so kind to people, she's like, are you a cheerleader or are you a business owner? I'm like, what? Girl, okay. I'm both. How about that? But, as you get older, you just start living more authentically and you don't care anymore. And, and I just want to end this episode in regards to business, okay? And just in life in general and society's expectations. So my business, I run it, like, fits well for me. So I've been working my butt off, like, hard, okay? And the reason why I've been doing that is because we're going on vacation. So summer months are really, like, wedding season for me. So I need to go on vacation early. So we're going on vacation, and so I've been working really hard. And I don't care if people perceive me, like, she's working on a Sunday. Yeah, because let's go on vacation. So, yeah, she's working on a Sunday. But I'm just sharing that with you because as you get older, you really don't care anymore. We just bought a house, but we still have a mortgage on it. So is it really my house? Not really, technically, right? And we always pay taxes on it, even after it's paid off. So will it ever be my house? Not really, technically. It didn't fucking change me. People, it's so interesting, buying a house, people's perception of you changes. And I've heard this before and I never understood it. They say that if you're more successful, then some people don't like it and they'll, like, go away from you. Like, you'll deter people and you'll lose people as you start growing to different levels. And I think it's kind of true in the sense that, yeah, like, some people don't like that, but also your true ride or dies are going to stay with you and support you and love you and be so happy for you. And everybody knows how hard I've worked to buy a house. And honestly, like, it's not all that a bag of chips. Right now, I'm just like, meh. It's something we did. We're still the same. And it comes with a lot of, like, sacrifices. And in regards to, like, we don't live crazy expensive bougie ass lives. I don't buy crazy expensive clothes. Like, I like to look pretty and cute, but like, I'm not gonna go break the bank for it. So I just no longer do shit for other people. I have 13. It's my newest car, Toyota Highlander. It's paid off. I bought it used from some old couple. And I love it. Like, she good. She has 168,000 miles, and I love her ass. I don't like having car payments. I don't like having credit card payments. And it took a long journey to get here, right? You hear that, but I always was a mess. And I was living paycheck to paycheck. I also did cash advances when I was younger. I was a hot ass mess. And that's the thing, that with age, you get wisdom. And it's so fucking true. And with that wisdom, you start giving a fuck. You don't give a fuck anymore about what other people think, because you're like, you know what? Why did I care so much? You know what? Why did I limit myself so much? I started a new career when I was 30, and it brought me into beyond my wildest dreams. Even sometimes when I need to remind myself, I look at the Pinterest video. I just saw it yesterday, and it says like 87,000 views, and it has 600 and something saves, and it's me with a Barbie shirt and no makeup. But I'm sharing that because being authentically you always works. Copying other people is not going to work. Don't go copy other people. You're going to dilute yourself. Be you. Whatever that is, however she is or he is or they are. Like, just be you. And our time on this earth is very limited. We don't know. Nobody knows so how long the clock's ticking. So enjoy that clock. Go have that fun. Go have that caramel apple. But also go on that hike. Also take care of your body. Do shit that makes you happy and live unapologetic, and keep off that phone. Like, honestly, like, if that's the biggest lesson I can share with you, it would be 3. Number 1, take care of your body and your health. And even if you don't like going to the gym, take your vitamins, check your blood work, make sure you're good. Number 2, get off the freaking like cell phones and news. I was getting so depressed watching the news, so I stopped watching news, and I really put 15-minute timers on all my apps, and it's really freaking annoying, but it has taught me to like be off social media, and it has saved me my mental health. And number 3, like, do it for you. Oh, am I gonna buy the house because I want my family to think I'm successful? Or you're buying the house because you want a place where your kids can live and you can paint it how you want and run your business out of there, and not have to pay for a location. That's why I did it. So, like, just think about things like that. Like, start living more for you. Dress how you want. Sometimes I like to be bougie and, like, sometimes I like to do extra things for me. Sometimes I like to look super nice and dolled up. And most of the time I like to be, my new going to 39 is going to be rocking the ponytail, okay? So it's ponytail era. So be you. I know it's really hard and it sucks seeing your body change. I'm not going to lie. I miss wearing certain type of clothes, okay? I like my smaller body. But, also, like, health and things change. And instead of, like, blaming and not loving yourself, choose to love yourself. So I'm just choosing to love myself and be me. And the people who are meant to be in my life will be. My clients who are meant to be in my life will be. And what's not for me, it's not for me. And I'm not going to cry over it. I'm going to focus on what I do have. So with that, so much love. I will see you back here next week. Bye, love.